Hello.
Hello. Hey, Venkata.
Hi.
Hey, hi,
Doing
Venkata.
good?
Your interview is scheduled at
Yeah, I'm good.
around 2 p.m. So, are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Okay, just give me some time.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Venkata. We have a Prashant and Govind in this call.
Okay. Hi,
Okay,
Govind.
so yeah, can you explain us what exactly?
You have reached J.P. Morgan Chase. The person you are trying to reach is unavailable and requests that you please send an email or call again later. Thank you. You have reached J.P. Morgan Chase. The person you are trying to reach is unavailable and requests that you please send an email or call again later. Thank
Venkata, just give me a second.
Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Venkata. Are you able to hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, can you please explain what exactly the work you are doing in your current organization?
I have 3.5 years of experience, and most of my experience was into DevOps practice, and where I was involved in building the infrastructure using the AWS cloud. And in AWS, I have created VPC, auto scaling, and ELB along with this, and I have used various kinds of services in the AWS like EC2, S3, EBS, and Amazon Glacier, where we are storing this in the AWS, and also user monitoring tools such as CloudWatch. And we use it as a continuous integration using Jenkins, and where I was involved in installing Jenkins. And during master slave, and we also done this master slave configuration. And also we have did this Git cloning with the Jenkins, and we created various kinds of jobs based on the requirements, and where we use this Git as a version control system. And we also taking care of this branching and merging strategies. Along with this, we are using this Ansible for auto infrastructure automation, and where we use it to write various ad hoc commands and playbooks. So this was about myself in my organization.
Okay. So as you mentioned that you are working on a Git for
Yeah.
cloning and all the things. So can you give the basic difference between Git and SVN?
Git is a distributed version control system, whereas SVN is a centralized repository, centralized distribution. So when the case of Git, it is more advantageous than SVN. That's what about SVN and Git.
In what manner?
Normally, a Git, there is a local repository and there is a remote repository, so that we can clone the entire repository. But in the SVN, we are working on that SVN repository itself. So in the case of any failure, it may be main problem. Distribution is not available in the SVN. So the Git is more familiar than SVN from my side.
Okay. So can we keep a remote repository in SVN, or we cannot have a remote repository in SVN?
Can you come again, SVN?
As you mentioned that in SVN we have only centralized repository, so we cannot create any kind of a remote repository in SVN?
In the remote repository? Yes, we can create a remote repository.
Then how Git is more beneficial than SVN?
But Git is a distribution, right? There is only a centralized SVN. It is only a centralized repository where we
So
cannot.
what exactly the use of a distributed architecture? Where exactly it's more beneficial?
We can clone all the available things in the Git to our local repository. In the SVN, all the changes are always protected by the central repository. So until the repository server is down, your code would always be safe. So in the Git, it has a remote repository and the local repository where we will get the clone and we will get all the remote repository things into our local repository.
Okay. So what are the concept of branches and in master in Git?
So there we need several people to work on the same application. So there will be need for creating branches and go on work on the independent build stocks for that application. So we will divide into branches and we go and work with them.
Do we require to have a master branch for every Git repository?
What? Can you come again? Master branch?
Master should be required for every Git repository or any Git setup?
Yeah, it is master is compulsory and the remaining branches are under this master.
Okay. If I don't want master to be there, then can it be possible?
Without master, no, it is not possible.
Okay. So means you are the responsible for setting a Git repository, creating a new repository, and installation of the Git and all the things, or it has been done by someone else and you are just managing it?
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, are you the means admin for the Git to create the repository, providing the authentication and all, or some other team is doing that?
Other team will be doing the Git and all. Not I am doing the thing.
So what exactly you are doing with the Git?
So in the continuous integration Jenkins, we are going to configure this Git. So where the developers are checking the code with the Git. So we are going to configure that Git in the CI/CD Jenkins. In the Jenkins, we have a plugin of a Git GitHub Git plugin where we are going to install this Git plugin, and we are going to configure that by adding the credentials of this Git, so that we will do continuous integration with this Git and Jenkins.
Okay. So this Jenkins setup has been done by you, means installing from the scratch, or someone else is creating that?
Yeah, I was also involved in this creation from scratch.
Okay. So can you give me the location where exactly I can provide a global credential for a particular repository, which will be accessed by all the Jenkins jobs?
So you are asking of a Jenkins job where it will store?
Yeah, inside I want to store credentials as a global. So I don't want to again assign it to each and every job. Job will directly pick that.
So you are asking about the users of Jenkins, or you are asking something like this about the workspace and all?
Yeah, for a job, any workspace, or there are multiple workspaces and multiple jobs. So I want to set a particular credential which will be accessed by every job, and I don't want to assign it again and again.
Actually, in the Jenkins, we are going to configure this in the Manage Jenkins. We will in the Manage Jenkins section there will be configure system where we are going to provide the details of all the configurations. So we will work with that, and where we will provide the workspace directory also for that in the configure system.
So inside the configuration system, what exactly that particular part is called? How can I create a new credential over there?
So new credential means we for JDK and Maven, and what are the for Git and all the credentials what we have to give, we will give in that configure system. Actually, the JDK, Maven, and Git. So we are defining under configuration.
Okay. If I provide a particular credential in for example, I provided user as a user ID, and I provided his password over there. Can I override that inside a Jenkins job for a Git repository?
So for the user, there is an special configurations made for particular users and all.
No. For a Git repository, you for connecting a Git repository, you provide a user ID and its credential inside a Jenkins configuration.
Okay.
Now you are creating a job and you have to override those credentials with a different credentials. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can override that. If we have access to that admin credentials of Jenkins, we can override this. We can add a credential, right? In the
can I do that on a job level?
Job level, no, we can't do that. But in the configuration system, we can do that by clicking on configure system, where we will get all this JDK, Maven, Git, and then the Git section where we are adding the credentials of which repository we have to take the jobs and all. We will click on that and we will provide the configuration details.
Okay. So is there any kind of a mechanism available at the job level where we can provide a credential for a particular repository?
I'm not sure where it will be done actually. I know only this process.
Okay. Moving further, take an example that you want to create a setup like that. You have two different repository. One is the SVN repository, one is the Git repository.
Okay.
And you have to take the code from both the repository and then do a compilation and create a build. A single build will be created.
Okay.
Can we achieve this?
So there is an option for multiple repositories we can take in the so when I enter into the when you create a new item and we select the appropriate freestyle project, and when we move that section where we will find multiple SCMs. So by clicking on that option, we will take from various kinds of repositories. We can take that.
Is it allowed in the Jenkins to have a Git repository and SVN repository selected at the same time in a single job?
In a single job, we can take 2 or more Git. I think I have done it, but SVN I have never tried it.
Can you use multiple builds in a single job?
What can multiple builds?
Can multiple Git repositories in a single Jenkins job?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay. Similarly, can we do it for a different kind of repositories? One for the Git, one for the SVN?
I was not sure exactly, but Git I have. I'm sure we will do that by using the Git.
Okay.
But I have never worked on this SVN, but I have known the configurations and all how to do with SVN.
Okay. Are you comfortable with the Ant?
I have done with Maven, where we use it as a build tool in our Jenkins.
Okay. So for a Maven, can you give us the architecture of a Maven? Can you let me know how Maven works?
So you're asking about the architecture of Maven?
How Maven will work? As we say that Maven is used for the building and all. So how Maven work? What is the heart of Maven?
Where we have a pom.xml, and in the Jenkins we are going to provide this Maven. In the Maven there is a pom.xml where we will provide all the details about the repository, and we are going to place this Maven location environment variable in the configure system, and in the goals and in the Jenkins where the goals option will be available for us, where we will provide what we want to do with Maven, such as a clean, install, package, whatever we want. So we will we will try to make them in the goal section. So it will do according to that what we want to do with Maven.
Okay. So, for example, what is the role of settings.xml in Maven?
Setting.xml?
Yeah.
Can you come again? What setting.xml?
What is the role of setting.xml?
In where you are asking this one? Setting.xml? Oh, Maven, but actually developers will do about this as a Maven. They will give us Maven form.xml, and we are going to put this file, and we are going to build the jobs. So we are not writing this form.xml. We are just maintaining this form.xml in our Jenkins actually.
Means if you don't have a form.xml mentioned in a particular project, can the build can be happen? Can we create a build without form.xml?
Without form.xml, there is several other methods, right? With the help of Ant, we can do.
Okay. Without Ant means in Maven only. I haven't provided a form.xml for a particular workspace or something. Can it take the configuration, a basic configuration from somewhere and create the build for me?
So it would take from somewhere and you have to build it. No.
Yeah.
Without form.xml, I don't know about that.
Okay. Do you know the concept of settings.xml?
No, settings.xml I don't know.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Prashant, you have something?
Yeah. Hey, hi, my name is Prashant.
Yeah.
So you work on AWS, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in AWS, I created one AMI instance. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and I just take the snapshot template used, and so I deleted the snapshot. So can I create the instance from that using that AMI image?
You have created a snapshot and you have deleted the snapshot and you want to create that image.
Yeah, but I have that AMI instance in the AMI.
In the actions section.
AMI option. Yeah.
Yeah, in the AMI, in the actions, we have the option for create image. So where we can create the image, right? Like create AMI image.
Mm-hmm.
So by this.
So using that AMI, you can launch the new instance, right?
You can create the AMI image, right?
Yeah, but you have deleted your.
We have deleted snapshot. Only the snapshot, right?
Yeah.
We can create the image.
Yeah.
But the snapshot.
But AMI directly provides AMI instance, or at the backend the volume of AMI itself create as a snapshot inside volume.
It was a bit confusing. Can you please elaborate it? And
like you have multiple. You want to create a multiple instances, right?
Multiple instances.
So for
Okay.
So for separate, if you don't want to install all the packages and all the configuration again and again, so that you created a IMA instance. Okay. So that you can use that instance to launch multiple instances, right?
Okay.
Okay. So you created one of AMI instances and you deleted the snapshot of that instance.
Okay.
Okay. So can you use that AMI instance to launch new instance?
So after deleting, actually it is a compressed and stored when something we have created with the snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
So that I have never tried this, but according to my knowledge, it is compressed and stored, so it will be somewhere.
Okay. Okay. In AWS, where the VPC comes in picture?
So VPC, so when at the time of the creation of the instances, where we get into this VPC, where we are creating our instance in the VPC.
Can you change your VPC?
When we are so at the time of creation or
after creation of it, yeah.
You are saying about at the time of creation or after creation?
After creation.
After creation, we can't change. Before creation, we can create a new VPC and we can attach to the instance.
Okay. Where VPC belongs? It belongs to a region or it belongs to what call it region and another word?
It belongs to a region.
Region only?
Yes.
Okay. So can we communicate to VPC for?
No, we can
for
communicate only with the subnets. Inside of this VPC only, we have this availability zone where we have the subnets and all.
Okay.
So there will.
So you what is S3?
It's a simple storage service where we are going to store. There is a buckets where we are going to store our applications and all.
Okay. And what is EC2? What? EC2.
What is it? You are asking? Hello?
EC2.
EC2. Okay. It's an elastic compute cloud. Provides a scalable computing capacity in the Amazon Web Service. Using Amazon EC2, you need to scale up your computing cloud. So according to your needs and requirements.
How many kind of storage services provided by AWS?
Storage services?
Yeah.
Elastic block storage and S3 and something like Amazon EFS, I remember. So these are the storage services provided by AWS.
Okay. You know Route 53?
I have a knowledge on Route 53, so that there is the hosted zones where we are creating the DNS and all.
Okay.
So there will be name servers for the hosted zones, and in the variables where we are getting, we are providing our DNS. So that's what about this Route 53.
Okay. Okay. You know Git, right? Git. So I'm merging two branches, okay?
Okay.
And I'm getting a merge conflict errors, okay? So how can I troubleshoot that issue?
So you are merging two branches and you are getting
two branches.
Conflict.
Some conflict, yeah.
Oh, okay. So there will be head under that we will get some code when there is a conflict.
But which branch?
So can I know so you are merging with the main branch and you are getting a conflict, right?
Correct.
Master branch.
No. I'm merging two sub branches.
Okay, you are getting a conflict.
Yeah.
So there will be a conflict markers will be available, so we want to do it manually. So so the code which is changed by the same people on the same line by the board.
But is there any like command line tools or any steps to sort it out?
Tools available for us. You can use them also.
So what steps you took to solve that merge using that tool?
Suppose there is a Git merge tool. Whenever we open a GUI,
yeah. Okay.
There will be a steps you can follow. Like there will be suppose we have two conflicts.
What will show that
left side screen and right side screen will show both the branches and what the code is available. So the lines which we have changed, that will be available on both. So we are going for the options. So the lines which we have to keep and which we have to remove. So on the top of the screen we will get options to change the code, merge the code.
Okay. So you know confusion management tools, right? Hello?
Yes, Ansible as a
Yeah.
configuration management tool.
Ansible, but you mentioned Puppet and Chef as well.
Yeah, I have just a POC with them, but I have not worked on them. But Ansible recently started
Okay.
working with them.
Okay, you work on Ansible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in Ansible, you have multiple nodes, okay,
Okay.
and having a different version of Python.
Okay.
Okay. So what steps you need to follow to work all your nodes in like single snapshot? Like you want to execute any command that will reflect it across your nodes.
We have multiple nodes and we have a Python package.
Different version of Python. Different version of Python. Yeah.
We have to write a playbook so that we have to achieve this actually for different nodes.
Okay.
So they are in a group or we have to do it individually.
Okay.
So in the host file, there will be configurations of all the hosts available. So by
Okay.
this, we have to write a playbook. According to that, it will happen.
Like one of your nodes SSH key is changed. Okay. So that nodes get automatically connected to the server, or do we need to change anything else from our side, server side or client side?
So one of the new one has added.
Yeah, it's already added, but we changed or somehow changed the SSH key of that node server.
It's a dynamic inventory for something which was adding and removing the new ones, and whenever the old one is removed, it is automatically done with this dynamic inventory. We can achieve with this dynamic inventory.
Okay. So what is the difference between var and rar?
So
ER, sorry. Var and ER. Var file and ER file.
Okay. VAR is a web archive and EAR is a enterprise archive. So
okay.
So any technology from J to E we can use as a EAR, where we use this servlet JSP, CJBs and JMS.
Okay.
And in the VAR, we are using only web-related technologies to convert into a single zip file.
Okay.
So we use only JSP, servlets, HTML, CSS, like JS, XML for this VAR.
Does Tomcat support ER file?
Tomcat?
Does Tomcat support ER files?
ER file, enterprise archive.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it is not supported. It's a web archive.
Okay. So which application server supports ER files?
Application servers will support enterprise archive.
Which application servers?
WebLogic, WebSphere, and all.
Okay. So you know Tomcat and WebLogic WebSphere.
I know Tomcat, but not with this project and all.
Okay. So in the single Tomcat instance, how many Catalina I can create?
Single Tomcat, how can we?
How many Catalina I can, yeah?
Not sure. I'm not sure on this.
Okay. Can I create a same application in the same Tomcat instance? I have requirement of same application. One of my application name is suppose XYZ, and I want to create one more XYZ inside the same Tomcat.
Okay.
So can I create that?
So you have one more application to create inside that.
Yeah,
Tomcat.
with the same name. Yeah, using the same Tomcat.
So Tomcat only, you have to create a new one, or you want to create a new application inside the Tomcat, you are asking?
New application with the same name, that existing one.
You can replace the existing file with the new one, right?
No, I want to run both simultaneously.
So we can run on different ports, we think so.
How exactly? But you have single Tomcat instance.
Tomcat will run on different ports, right? We can use different ports. So for that server.config file, where we can change server.xml, where we can change the port numbers and all. So that we can use with that port number changing, so that it run on different ports. So it works on 8080, so we can connector port will be changed to some other one.
Okay. What is JVM?
JVM, so by Java virtual machine, where we need to run this dot class files. JVM, there will be JRE, and actually I was not sure I can. To run Java programs, we need this JVM actually. It's like a interpreter, I think so.
Okay.
There will be JVM, and so you asked about JVM only, right?
Okay. So your application is running in Tomcat, okay, and it's utilizing 100 utilize your supported memory, okay.
Okay.
So you have allocated extra memory on server, and now you want to extend your application Tomcat memory as well, okay. So where you have to make changes for that?
So we have to add a memory for Tomcat.
Extra. Yes.
So we have to add a additional volume for that.
How?
So by attaching another.
No, memory. I am talking about RAM. Memory.
Okay.
I'm not talking about storage.
So you're asking about memory. So, no, I don't know exactly.
Okay.
What is the log file name in for Tomcat?
Log file for Tomcat?
Yeah. What is the name of the log file? A default name?
Don't know about that.
Okay. Can we have two different middleware like a Tomcat and WebSphere to be installed on a single Linux machine? Can it be possible?
Two on a single machine. So Tomcat and WebSphere you are asking.
Yeah, or WebLogic, any.
Yeah, we can do that.
So how they will work means where exactly we will need to do a setting?
WebSphere and Tomcat.
And can both be work parallelly, execute parallelly? Means few of the application will host on the Tomcat, few of the application will host on the WebSphere.
I have only
on
a theoretical knowledge about that WebSphere, and so there will be application server and web server, both are work together. So like WebLogic, where we can install this WebAssembly also in that. So there is no problem with working with both the WebLogic and Tomcat in the both same in the Linux server. So it is not a problem to run both in the same.
Okay. If we have to provide a security for a particular application, what will be the means? What are the things we consider?
For Tomcat, you are asking, or Jenkins?
Yeah, for a Tomcat. For a Tomcat, take an example of a Tomcat only. It should be a securely open the application.
Okay. So secure. Tomcat for security. Actually, we have to provide there is a in the config files there will be secure we have to provide the users with the passwords where we'll provide this access to this Tomcat.
Okay. No, not for the Tomcat.
But my Tomcat doesn't have any user level authentication. It supports single user.
Okay. But senior level we have to provide the security. So I have not come into this case.
Okay.
But
Can we set some kind of HTTPS setting or something for protocol to use for opening a particular application or URL?
by default, an HTTP and AJP are configured, right, with the server.xml.
Okay. Can we change it?
To change HTTP, so we can so to change HTTP we're asking.
Okay. How comfortable you are with the shell scripting and Perl or something?
I was a basic level with the shell scripting.
Okay. What about Perl?
I never used this Perl, only shell scripting have knowledge on that.
Okay. If you, yeah, go ahead, Prashant.
Yeah, how comfortable is it in Linux?
Yeah, most comfortable with Linux.
Okay. So suppose you have to find out the number of processes or number of files is being used by a particular PID.
Fine. Okay, fine.
How could you find out?
Number of files running in Linux, right?
Number of files used by particular PID or particular user.
Particular only for one user.
Yeah.
There is a find command where we will find these files were used by the user. So we will use this find command, I think so, in the line.
Okay.
So by find we will get find name of the file. We will get that.
You're working for Data Logic, right?
Yes.
And where is it? Location?
In Mumbai, actually, it is in.
Mumbai where?
It is in Agrawal.
Pardon?
Hello.
Pardon? Where?
Are you hearing me? I was not getting the voice actually. Hello.
May I know the company location?
Hello. Are you getting my voice?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.